late evening. I hope that you do this in the evening. This will be a restorative practice. So I have just a bunch of stuff. So hello friends. Uh-oh, it's re-looping. I don't know what happened. When it does this, then usually I get kicked off. Aichiwa. Okay, anyways, I hope we're going and that it doesn't kick us off because I'm going to go into like full relaxation mode. I realize I don't have my phone either. Hold on one sec because I'm going to need to keep track of time somehow. Because I will fall asleep on you. Back with the device that distracts us, right? Okay, so we're going to do some restorative. I just have a bunch of stuff because I talk about props all the time, so I thought I would just talk about all of these props, right? I love my block. I'm always like using the block. I love, love, love my block. But if you don't have a block, guess what? A roll of toilet paper. Look at this. It's like the same size, right? That will totally work. Not quite as tall. You can literally stack two. I don't have two in my bathroom right now because I just put a new roll on the thing. And I don't keep a lot of excess in there. Pillows. Pillows are great. You got a pillow? Grab it. Another thing, you know, if you don't have a bolster, I love my bolster, same kind of thing. I have a couple of them at different sizes because I'm a brat and I like to have all the stuff. But you can take a pillow. It just depends, like what kind of pillow you have. But if I fold this pillow in half, look, it's the same thing, right? Same thing. So you can totally use a pillow if you don't have a bolster, but like start grabbing your stuff, okay? Because we're gonna use all the stuff. Towel, you're gonna need a towel. We'll use it rolled up. Everybody, like there's no other option for a towel. Everybody has a towel. You guys dry off when you get out of the shower. So, little hand towel. This is good for the neck. So if you like that. I do. I just like to put it right underneath. You can roll them a couple of different ways. So you've got a pillow or a bolster. You've got a towel, a hand towel, a block or a roll of toilet paper or a couple rolls or paper towels. Something soft. Like sometimes I might get a book or a jar of pickles. Don't do a book or a jar of pickles for restorative because that won't feel good. Little bit bigger, firmer. If you've got like a bigger pillow or a couch cushion, my couch cushions don't come off my couch, so I would go with the bigger pillow. And then a firm blanket. You know, they say get your TJ blanket. The reason this is recommended is because it's firm. It's not, it's not fluffy and soft. So it's not gonna, you're not gonna soak into it. It's gonna add a little bit of firmness. I don't know how else to say that. And then a chair, because we're going to do that too. So all the stuff. This is my big, so I got my big one and then my little mini one, because depends on how I'm moving my body. Like I said, I just like to play with all of the things. So gather up your things and then meet me back here. And we'll do some restorative. It's been, I know I'm not the only person that's feeling this. Like everybody is saying lately that's just like, oh my gosh, it's only Wednesday, but it's Thursday today, right? So I guess I had 3 people say that to me yesterday, and then 2 people today were like, oh God, is the week over yet? So I think everybody's feeling it. It's not just me, it's not just you, it's like everybody. I don't care, blame it on the time change, blame it on spring happening, or just, you know, I don't know. We all like to blame it on something, right? So let's blame it on the heavens and the seasons and all the stuff that we can't control. Because it does have an effect on our body. Okay, coming into our space, I do need to like move all my stuff, but I want it all close. So usually, you'll see I have my little basket. I keep all my stuff like right here so I can grab it. And then I'm just a little wee OCD, so I'm like, I have to clean up before I have to have my nice space. Okay, now that that's done, let's come into some active rest, okay? Come into your place, come into your space, and let's just shake it out. Need to do anything, like I'm not even really gonna instruct, just Shake it out, relax it out, roll it out. I guess I am instructing. Roll it out, let it go. Shake out the legs a little bit, shake out the arms a little bit. Just get rid of all of the day. Okay? We're gonna start just really actually like kind of activating the legs and settling, so that chair, or you can put your legs, I mean, you could literally just stack your stuff. If you don't have a chair, you can just stack all your pillows and just plop your legs right up there. Okay? So we are going to come into some active rest. Lay yourself down. This would be a good time for that hand towel. Put that bad boy right underneath your neck. So you can be right here, squishy up on the pillows, or you can pull in that chair or the edge of the bed. I actually want to go a little bit higher. So take a minute. You know, I'm like moving around, right? So figure out, you want to be comfortable. The biggest thing about all of this is like we're going to stay here for legit like 3 to 5 minutes, okay? So get yourself comfortable. And then just hang out and breathe and let the angle of how we're moving our body bring that blood flow. Oh yeah, that's where I need to be. So I just needed my legs a little bit higher. And then I'm gonna actively push my shoulders down to the ground to try to flatten myself. And then I'm gonna grab that hand towel and put that underneath my neck. I'm gonna go long. Sometimes I kind of fold it like a square. It just depends, but I have a braid, and so that's adding, my hair's in a braid, so just, woman problem, right? It's just adding a little bit of extra in the back. Oh yeah, that's perfect. So once you find your spot, get yourself where you need to be. And then just come into your breath. Hands can be anywhere, whatever feels good and relaxed for you. I'm really feeling this goalpost or cactus arms. This is where I've been for a few days now. Just come into your active relaxation. Whatever is coming up. Friends, you're not going to solve the problem right now. Right now you're laying on the floor. Just let the thought come and go. Continue breathing. Noticing where your breath is showing up for you today. You bring some gratitude to your heart for all the work that it did today, all the pumping that it did, every activity it took you to and through. Stay here for about 5 or 6 more breaths. I'm just going to stop talking and start breathing. as you continue breathing, I'm just going to let you know where we're going to go from here so that you're prepared. You can stay right where you're at. I'm not moving yet. I'll do the instruction and then I'll modify and show you how to set everything up. So we're going into a posture, it's called, what is it called? The babbling brook or the river. So we're making a motion in our back. So there's going to be lots of different props. We're going to have something underneath our knees. That will be the biggest, highest prop. So for me, that's going to be my large bolster. We're going to have something underneath the low back spine, right underneath that sciatic. I will either use my blanket rolled up 3 ways or my towel, depending on the thickness and where that's going to put. Also going to bring something else in underneath my shoulder blades. And then one last item, again, that hand towel is going to be underneath my neck. So that's why I said we're pulling all the stuff in, because we need to create this kind of a little motion in our back. So I'm going to slowly move myself out of the just legs being lifted and up. You should feel some activation in your legs. And pull yourself down slowly. And then let's find those other props and get ourselves positioned. And this one's going to look like this. Put one prop here. It's the best way for me to show you this. One prop here. I'll do the blanket long. It'll probably be right about there. I've set myself up for this quite a few times, so I know what the distance is. And the more you do this practice, you'll start figuring out where to lay everything out. I'm going to take my towel and make it a little bit thicker and longer. That's going to go underneath the shoulder blades. I need to move just a little bit more. I'm in tight quarters, so I understand some people, we don't all have a lot of space. So welcome to my bedroom and this part that I've converted into my little yoga space. Alright, so that's what it looks like. I've got head towel, a hand towel, towel, a blankie, and my bolster. And then, legit, we're just going to lay down again. And then you just adjust yourself. So I am having to move a little bit. So first I get my legs up, my knees up underneath here. And then that might be too high for me today. Like, I love this, but I think I'm going to go with the pillow. I think I want to be a little bit softer. That's too soft. I'm feeling like Goldilocks. First that one's too hard, this one's too soft. I think this is going to be just right. So find your Goldilocks moment and then lay yourself on down. And again, I'm thinking that I'm a lot taller than I am. Wishful thinking, really. And then lay on down, friends. This is more of a heart opening. So first we activated the legs and the blood flow in the legs. And now we're going to open up the chest. Just giving that little support. I need this blanket here to be a little bit higher. So this isn't, that works when I've got the distance with the bigger bolster. So you just kind of move around until you get yourself in that just right spot. Okay, I found my spot. I hope you're getting close to your spot too. And you should just feel totally supported. thing with restorative yoga is that we're in a restful state. So there's kind of a lot of confusion between restorative and yin yoga. Very different traditions. Like it could explain that it's like restorative yoga is like active rest, right? Like you're trying not to do anything. And yin is kind of like restful stretching. I don't know how to say that. I hope that makes sense. Like there's more of a, it's going into a deeper stretch where you're activating the fascia and the ligaments and tendons and there's all of these micro muscles and everything. In restorative, we're just trying to rest and be fully supported. So that's why all of these props are important. Through the curvature, we're opening up the spine. We're continuing that blood flow in our legs, bringing that back up to the heart. Opening the heart and the chest with this extra that we've got underneath the shoulders. Continue breathing. Noticing where your breath is. If you're feeling any discomfort, move. It's okay. Get yourself comfortable. Move whatever prop is not positioned correctly. What works for me may not work for you. Maybe you like to only have something right underneath the back end of your, the mid back of your spine instead of being the low bottom. Maybe that feels better for you, and that's opening up your chest more. That is totally okay. Continuing to breathe into the openness of this posture. Gentle reminder that you don't have to do anything right now except keep breathing and stay comfortable. We'll stay here for about 5 or 6 more breaths. yourself this time to just rest and realign that parasympathetic nervous system. That's what rest is. We're trying to get back to that rest and digest. And we do that by calming the parasympathetic nervous system, which is what you're doing right now. Okay, from here, you don't need to do anything yet. Same thing, I'm just going to instruct where we're going, and then you figure out how to take all your stuff away and get yourself in a different position. So from here, we're going to go into just a side twist. If you do yoga with me ever, I usually do that towards the end where we do that final twist and we send our legs to opposite sides. So we're going to go and do that, continuing to activate the spine, adding a little twist in here. So first thing I'm going to do is just get rid of that underneath my knees because they're coming up. So I'm just going to kind of push it aside. And then I am going to leave this one underneath my tailbone, but I'm going to pull it down a little bit. I don't have a yoga mat, so it's just me and my carpet, and I just want a little bit more padding here. And then this other towel here that was underneath, I'm just going to lift up a little bit and pull it out. Settle into that space for just a minute. And then come into that twist. So we're going to go either way, whatever feels good for you. I tend to always fall left first. So this is where this other prop is going to come in. Oh gosh, it's so far away. Go gadget arm. Oh, I so just aged myself. Anyways, I had to sit up for that. Coming back down to that beautiful side bend, I'm going to put this block underneath my knees, just giving that extra support. And actually, I'm totally going for the toilet paper. I love you, block, but you can take a rest. And I'm just going to stack my knees. I don't know if you can even see that. Sometimes I disappear. And just come into that rest. I might actually be able to drop my prop and go more into a twist. I'm really tight, so it's just that prop helps kind of bring the ground up so it's not such a deep twist in the low back. Wherever you're at, if you've got your roll of toilet paper under your knees, or your knees are touching the ground. I'm just not there today. Continue to breathe into this twist. Noticing where the shoulders are. Adjusting if you need to find comfort. Notice the stretch in the hips, in the thigh, in the back, the spine, obviously, low back. Also all the way up into the shoulders. Maybe if you're a little deeper into that knees to the floor, you're feeling it also. In the back of your thighs and your shins, maybe even. Breathing into that twist, bringing out anything that needs to be just let go of. If you feel like you can drop into it anymore, I'm feeling opened up enough that I can pull this prop now. I don't need my toilet paper, and I'm just going to let those, just my ankles, and just let my knees fall a little bit farther. They're not touching the ground right now. They're still up on the blanket. I'm being supported by that. Continue breathing. Letting go, melting into the ground. Stay here for a few more breaths, and then we'll move on over to the other side whenever you're ready. I'm just going to like flop my knees. I'm not activating the core at all. Just a flop right on over. No activation, just relaxation. And this side I'm a lot more open. But I am going to bring this roll here. And I might need my block for this. Oh, that toilet paper roll feels amazing. Okay, I'm just putting that right in between my legs, my knees, and just adding like this. Yeah, there's the spot. Find your spot, friends. Let out anything that's hanging out. Take a minute just to notice your shoulders. See if you can't bring any additional relaxation to them. Lowering them down more if that feels good. About 3 or 4 more breaths here. No need to move yet. I'm just going to let us know where we're going. So from here we are going to sit up. We're going to sit up for a minute and find a forward fold. So do be gentle with yourself as you begin to come up into a seated position. Absolutely take your time. I'm not in any hurry. This will be like the easiest 25 minutes for the Trevor Project ever. I just laid here the whole time. This was great. I think I needed this, and that's okay. We do what we need to. Okay, I don't want to sit up, but we need to do a little forward fold. Just to work the spine the other way. Find your way. Ooh, careful with that head rush. That's why I'm like, careful, careful. I warn you, but then I don't warn me. Don't heed my own warning. God's story of my life. Okay. Let's do just a couple little really slow cat-cows. Just breathe in and then exhale around the back. Come into your space. Really drop into yourself here. And inhale, come up into that cow. And then exhale around the back. Drop the shoulders. from here we are going to go into a forward fold. So that can look like all kinds of different stuff. And I'm going to show all kinds of different stuff. When I come into this, I do like to add something underneath my bum. That does two things. It just lifts me up and adds that extra layer of cushion under my cushion. And it gives me a little bit more space here so that when I am folding forward, I've got a lot more length. Like I can come here and this is really comfortable. But if I drop down and I take my blanket out, now I come here and this is really stretchy, right? Now I'm stretching. I don't want to stretch. I'm not doing yoga right now. I'm doing restorative. So another thing that you can do is bend the legs. They don't have to be out here open. This is not the, we're not intending to reach a particular goal. The goal is relaxation, okay? Grab your block or your pillow. My little baby bolster, this one is great too. Maybe you're like right here, right? Just drop the head. And like, this is enough. Or sometimes I'll like just hug it and I'm just like, oh, this is just amazing. Just grab your like big pillow or whatever and just give it a little hug. Like maybe this is enough and this is where your forward fold is today. And that's totally okay. This is opening up the back and the chest and the shoulder blades. Still getting a little bit of a extension in the spine. Maybe you want to go a little bit deeper. Add that block. Now we can go to here. Maybe you need more. I need more. So I'm going to add my blanket under my bum. And then I'm going to add my block. And now this is super comfortable. But I needed to add that extra height on my back end so that when I leaned forward, I wasn't feeling this pressure. I'm not trying to, this isn't a push point, this is a relax point. So find your spot, we'll come into that forward fold. Maybe you're all the way forward folded, good for you, you're all the way extended out, rock on, good job. Continue breathing. Back off the pose at all if you're feeling any stress in your body, and I did. Another thing you can do is bring that, here come these beloved toilet paper rolls, right? Put that right under the knee. Oh, I wish I had a second one. Hey, look, improv. Grab the towel, roll it up, and then I can put that under the other knee. And now, look at this, I'm fully supported, right? Now I can go into this forward fold. There's no pressure on my spine, or my tailbone. There's no pressure in my knees or my thighs or my hips because they're totally being supported by my toilet paper roll and my towel, like ready here, right? And then now my head is being supported by the block or the pillow or whatever. I'm gonna put a pillow over my block because it's just not comfortable enough. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, here we go, cushy. All right, friends, peace out. I'm gonna give us a couple minutes on this forward fold. Oh yeah, we're doing good on time, kind of right where I was hoping. This is regular toilet paper, not Charmin. I need a little more. So do that. If you need to add a little something or change your positioning, get yourself comfortable. Keep breathing. If you find that you put your head down, your neck to one side, just make mental note of that and be sure to turn your neck. Like, I can't see you, so I can't say, hey, turn your neck the other way. But if you are looking one way rather than forehead on the prop, then be sure to turn your neck at some point. Probably when I cue like 4 or 5 more breaths would be a good time. breathing, friends. Maybe about 4 or 5 more breaths. Invitation to switch the neck. Friends, you're welcome to stay there. We don't need to move yet. Just letting you know where we're going from here. We're going to go into an extended child's pose. So when you come up to your seated position, just start peeling all your props away. Whatever it was that you were using. And then find your way into that child's pose. And we're just going to be, feet are behind us towards our bum, and then hands and arms are extended out. Or they can be down behind you at your side. Again, wherever they fall is fabulous, because that's where they need to be for you today. Different things you can do too, same thing. You can keep this underneath, and then that will just lift, kind of give a little bit. Actually, sometimes I like to put it in between, so I can put my blanket or my towel in between my ankles and my knee, and that just gives me a little something, and then I can lean in, and that's just real deep. You can also put a block underneath this way, kind of sit on it like that, and this one I would want the block because it is a lot more stable. And then kind of come down here. Or nothing if your hips are nice and open and you don't need that extra lift in the back. Then open the legs up as wide as possible and come into your child's pose, or the extended child's pose. Again, maybe legs are here, arms are here, maybe they're here. Or behind you. It doesn't have to be extended. But just find that comfort spot. Not sure what I need. I think I don't need anything today. Just keep breathing. You can also put the block underneath your head. I don't think I showed that. I'm coming all the way down. I'm not going to stay here for too long. If your neck is turned like mine, the option to turn the neck the other way and go about 4 or 5 breaths. And then we're just going to come all the way down onto the ground. Find that way into corpse pose. Couple more breaths, continuing to breathe. However you get yourself up and into wherever you want to finish out tonight. That can be corpse pose, which is just laying on your back flat, just out. You can be constructive rest. That's with your knees up. I'm probably going into kind of like a supported bound angle. So the bound angle is just with the feet together. And I think I'm going to do that here too. I think I'm just going to lay on down. So however you want to get into that savasana, maybe your corpse pose, and that just feels good to be all the way flat. If that doesn't feel good, add something underneath your shoulders. That doesn't feel good to me in this current moment. I've been so held and supported. I just don't want to be flat. So I'm going to put my towel underneath my shoulder blades. Oh yeah, that feels way better. Yeah. And then I'm going to drop my knees down. That feels good for me. I want the support underneath my knees. So you find a position that feels good for you. Maybe you're being supported and held like I am by my props. Maybe you're all the way flat. This is whatever you want, wherever you feel most comfortable lying down. Stay here for a little bit. And then if we were together after this, I would go into like a fetal baby position. I won't instruct that because, my friends, I will fall asleep. And then this will just be live recording and all night. So if you want to take yourself into that afterwards, no need to get up when I do. You can stay in this restful space. And you just find yourself into that curled up fetal position, comforting, holding yourself, embracing being held by the earth. It's a beautiful way to kind of end this. Continuing to breathe, bring some gratitude, intentionally give yourself some love. You regulated your stress levels. You brought your cortisol levels down. You came into that rest and digest. If this was the only yoga that you ever did, you would still notice a difference in your body. You would still notice a difference in your mind. And you would still reap the benefits of the yoga practice. dear ones. I'm gonna pull myself out and up. Option, invitation, please stay. Just let me fade away and you just stay in this blissful space, okay?